There's so much going on. Dude, What is up, my guys? We are back. This is the Juice Box, episode 184. I have no quips to say about 84 or 184. JT was so good at that shit. I miss that man.
What's 84?
84 Lumber. Shout out.
Shout out Randy Moss. Shout out Randy Moss.
There you go.
West Virginia legend. Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash.
And I want to shout out Angus Cloud. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
That one was very, very shocking to me. Shout out Fezco. I mean, I know the show Euphoria is weird, but I genuinely enjoyed it because I think, you know, besides all the extreme craziness, it actually had a good hidden message to kind of send to people. And that was his first gig. And I was very sad to hear because now we know the Mac Miller real life doc thing could never happen because he was the all-time perfect guy.
He was, but didn't he say he would never do it anyways? Yeah.
But yeah, shout out him. Uncle AJ, welcome back, brother.
Thank you, Jake. Czar, it's great to see you again. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, you've been on here quite a bit recently, and I haven't been here for it.
I know. I thought you were ducking me, but I know that wouldn't happen. I know. Everyone's just busy all the time. But it's been a pleasure coming down here every once in a while, a little more often now.
It's fun.
A little more time, free time to do stuff. So it's good. It's
absolutely.
A good feeling.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So how's that going? Let's get an update on that.
Well, a lot of introspection has been going on. I think I took the first 2 months just to like decompress from everything. I think that I was trying to figure out like what was going on with me, and so now I'm trying to like get myself moving and start doing some stuff, that I want to do. Been doing a lot of cleaning, taking stuff out of the house, moving stuff around. Like, okay, why do we have all this stuff built up here? And so it sounds like so simple, but it's really important to do that once in a while. And it's quite cathartic to be able to do that. Actually, I was cleaning out this week and I found an old swing club plastic beer pitcher.
Oh, no way.
Yes, the swing club. Yes.
That's cool.
It was a white, opaque white beer pitcher, plastic, has the swing club on it, a little couple dancing. It's like,
that's
wow,
so fun.
I know.
That's cool.
I know. It's just crazy, the stuff that you find. But yeah, that's what I've just been trying to do all that. And
I said it last time, I'll say it again. You seem very much more calm, much more relaxed in the moment, not stressed. I know you love teaching, but like this is definitely way better than that paranoid little dork that just runs around like, oh my God.
Are you not teaching anymore?
No, Czar, I retired this year.
Wow.
Yeah,
good for you.
I said it was the last year. We talked about it before on here. I was just tired, and I think, as you said, Jake, I was just a paranoid, freaking out. Yeah, and like losing my mind all the time and trying to.
Which I mean that respectively.
No, I mean you're right. I think that's one of the weird things. I'm really blessed to have been able to do this.
Yeah.
Number one, but one day this will happen to you, and you'll be saying, "Oh, wow, he's right." It's like you have to kind of unwind like all of your habits. You know what I mean? Like to say, because I was talking to my neighbor Paul, and he was out there working, and I said, "Paul, what are you doing, man? It's too hot. Why are you out here working?" "Well, I just like to keep myself busy." And he works, but he says, "I just want to do just get one thing done a day. Like get a little project here, work on it, take your time with it, enjoy it, hate it, whatever you want, but just do one thing a day." And that's what I've been trying to do. And it's just like, if you don't get it all done in one day, you have the next day to do it. So
for sure.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. So
no,
I don't know.
I like that. And I feel like it kind of relates in the kind of realm that we always talk about, where it's kind of cool now that you have time to take a step back and actually, instead of worrying about everybody else for once, you finally get to worry about yourself.
Yes, absolutely. You should probably go buy a jet ski.
No, well,
I think that's the move. I mean, come on.
Head
out to the lake. You pick up so many babes out there on a jet ski,
That
just
would be wild.
free floating.
I don't know. I don't see myself doing that.
Oh, I could see it.
I
Okay,
could
but I
totally
I'll be your
picture it.
wingman.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe one day.
Yeah,
We'll see.
let's do it. But yeah, no, jet skis,
Yeah.
great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You can never go wrong with a jet ski. I
No.
don't care what you're doing with it.
Well, my neighbor has a motorcycle, and I always thought that would be kind of neat to have a motorcycle and just, get on the highway and just,
I could see you joining the 1%ers.
yeah.
Isn't that what they call them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think I think that's going to be the neat thing is like once I get everything settled, is just kind of saying, what do I want to do and where do I want to go to do it? And I like that idea of like traveling a little bit more, being able to take off and say, hey, I'm gonna go here, go there. But I think it'd be. I've always been thinking about buying like an RV or something like that, but they're just really expensive. But I think that would be kind of I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous that you're in this moment now, like with just it's like a blank slate.
Yeah.
Doesn't he just genuinely seem like
Yeah.
such a more happy and calm person?
Yeah,
though?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
truly.
You seem relaxed.
Yeah.
You really do.
I'm getting there. I still get myself wound up a little bit.
So you have a lot more time now to do your podcast and
Well-
like bring me on as a guest, since I think I'm the only one that's never got to be
Uh-oh.
on
Sorry, I really haven't done a podcast since
there. Since what, like last week when you were on here?
no, I mean my own podcast.
Yeah, I know.
on What's Up. I haven't done that since like December, so
Well,
I have to.
It's a perfect opportunity in
Yeah.
my
I know,
eyes.
I know, I will. I'm on my. It's on my
I
list.
You know, I just want to be interviewed one
Yeah.
time in my life.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
sick of being the interviewer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
I'll
be the interviewee.
Dude, so I'm trying to get him to come
Mhm.
around more often
Mhm.
Yeah.
on here because I think when he's around, he brings a different perspective that we may not have, and it genuinely normally lines up in good conversation. But I will say,
Yeah, I agree.
to keep it on the calmness, I know you've been a busy person lately. You seem actually genuinely very calm today, and I love it.
Today, yeah. Normally I come in stressed on Friday.
Well, which I get because you're dealing with.
I got some good news today.
Oh,
so
hell yeah.
I can't speak about it live on
Yeah.
the air right now, but after the episode I can share.
well, good man.
So yeah,
I can tell you're
and I'm going to Avenue Eats tonight, so I'm about to
Ooh.
just smack a pub burger.
okay. Question: Are they opened up permanently down there?
They are open officially, yeah.
And that's in that new little.
Yeah, new building called Waterfront Hall, I believe.
Dang.
It's a sick ass building, dude. I try to tell people like when the owners of the building, the name is escaping me right now, but when they first bought the building, it's the old Berry Supply building, and I was working for Calcruth at the time, and we went down there and we put a new roof on it, and so I was with like the project manager. So we got to like tour the building and get up on the roof and stuff, obviously. But the building, it's like Wheeling has all these buildings that like you look at them from the outside and you're like, it's a building.
Yeah.
You go inside, it's huge. It's so like deceiving from the outside.
Right.
The buildings they're massive. There's so much room.
Which that makes me kind of bummed about. Obviously, it's good to have businesses downtown, but all those buildings that the health plan knocked down.
Yeah.
I'm sure, and
Yeah.
no knock to the health plan, but I'm sure like those buildings were probably pretty cool inside too.
I'm sure.
But no, I'm excited to go down there. I've been seeing videos and stuff, and it's cool that there's something down there.
I
now.
agree. I mean, and it's a very modern take on how it looks like they're doing it. Like it's a hybrid style. It's not like how it used to be, like the original one over here on Washington Ave, where like you sit down and you have a waiter or a waitress. At least this is to my eyes. All the pictures I keep seeing, they have a big walk-up order window.
Oh wow.
So like it's reminiscent of like those places in Pittsburgh now. It's like real popular that you go to like a place in Pittsburgh and it's got a bar. And like, for example, there's this like arcade spot in Pittsburgh and South Side where you walk in, it's got all these games and shit to do, but then it's got the bar where you drink, but then it's got a window over in the corner where you order all the food.
Oh wow.
And it's bomb ass food. So like they're going for that vibe there. I can tell like the building's huge, and on the one side there's the bar, I believe this is the setup because I haven't actually walked in there yet. The one side is the bar, but it's still open to the restaurant side. So they want it to be like they don't want it to be like walled off in two separate places.
Okay.
Right.
It's like a combined experience. So like, fuck, you could just be like boozing and then I'm hungry for
So
a
you don't
burger.
actually have to have a table when you go in. Or you do? Or
I don't
you
think. I mean, there are tables,
Right.
but I don't think there's like a hostess that sits you at a table. I could be wrong on that, but I've seen all the pictures and they got this really cool walk-up window and it
Right.
says Avenue Eats above the
Okay.
window, all lit up.
So do we like this new style? Do we not like this style? Because me personally, the more I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I've ever been to. I've been to places where like you go in and there's not a hostess or a waitress and you like walk up to like a big bar looking thing to get food, but like the food window idea is kind of cool.
I like it. You know, you go to those places and like you order your food and you just get a number
Yeah.
Right.
and like you put it on your table and they bring it out to you. Like I wonder if that's what it's going to be like.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm all for that. Like I don't need to have a waiter or waitress.
no.
Like unless it's like I'm going to like a fine dining place, you know, I'm going to order like a steak and some mashed potatoes. Like
Gravy?
no, I'm not a gravy guy. Well, I like white gravy, like
Okay.
the kind you'd find on
Of course
like
you do. You
yeah.
White gravy. What is white gravy?
like sausage gravy.
Oh, okay.
Sausage
Yeah.
gravy
Oh.
is so good, man.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
like biscuits
No,
and gravy
No, I'm
for-
all right. Just the biscuits. I'm fine.
Wait, so why?
I
Have you
just-
ever liked gravy?
the brown
You
gravy?
like brown gravy.
Okay.
on
See,
just regular mashed
see brown
potatoes, right,
gravy
right.
I
So
don't like.
You don't
I'm
like the
opposite.
gravy with the chunks in it?
Chunks of
just-
sausage. Oh, it's so
It
good.
doesn't look visually
It's turning
appealing.
me
No,
on.
I guess you're right.
That's. I mean, yeah.
Visually, yeah,
Visually,
I can
it
see the
doesn't work
turn
for
off.
me.
I can see the turn off
I
visually.
mean, neither do I. Then you go
I
to a
should-
bar, take a couple drinks, and I look pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember back in the day when the Alpha used to be the Alpha, you know, and like this is back in my heyday.
Did
and
it
we would
smell
stuff
like
the,
poop then?
Yeah, but that
Oh,
was
yeah.
all part. You know, you go in and
So
you
part
sit
of the
down, you
stick.
order it, and you get your French fries with the gravy on it.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
was always good. Then I remember like I didn't never really like shrimp, but like people were like getting, let's go get some peel and eat shrimp.
Mm.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah, that's not.
And
for
I'd
me.
have to be drunk to or actually eat that.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
So I'm pretty sure I know you
Which
don't
is-
like any seafood, right?
I don't eat anything that swims.
Do you? Or do you? Are you a seafood guy?
Just like fish,
Okay.
salmon. I don't like lobster, crab doesn't do it for me. Shrimp, I can eat a little bit, but after a while, I start thinking about it, and I have to
it's
stop
gross.
eating it.
It's nasty. Shrimp
Yeah.
grosses me out.
See,
It's just
But it's funny, like how there's like there's like the categories of seafood. There's like, like
Mhm.
fish, just your fish, but then
Right.
you got like the crab legs and lobster tail.
then like mussels.
Yeah,
clam-
the mussels,
Right.
the clams. Then you got the like the sushi side of it.
scallops. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
No
it all
sushi.
just like it's not for me.
Well, see that's why I like just kind of asking people like questions like that because I mean, as everybody can see, I like a lot of different foods, but it
Mhm.
does always fascinate me when somebody's like, I don't like this, when I genuinely like it because I just
Mhm.
can't. I'm like,
You can't fathom
I just
it.
taste it. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is so good.
You're
What are you
like, how-
talking
what
about?
kind of seafood do you eat?
I like shrimp. I'm a big fan of really any kind of fish. I've recently been turned on to clams with hot sauce. I'm just
Okay.
kind of taking them like a shooter shot. Crab legs, I'll eat if somebody's taking the crab out of the leg
Does it
for
make any
me.
For
difference
ya.
about how how it's prepared? Like, do you like the deep fried, like calabash
I
seafood?
try
that
to
finds down south.
stay away from like the deep fried stuff,
Mhm.
but like I like grilled shrimp. Like
Okay.
what's the term? Blackened? Is
Yeah,
it just blackened?
blackened, yeah.
Mm.
Blackened fish, blackened
Yeah.
shrimp. I'm
Mhm.
the older I've gotten, the more I realize I like shrimp or seafood, and it is kind of funny. I did one of those hair follicle tests. You never know if they're actually true or not.
Right.
But the category that was green lit all the way for me was all kinds of seafood.
Really.
So like it's kind of funny for me to think that it's kind of my favorite food, and I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know.
right.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
cool.
pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Like it's funny. I have a side story to this, but like Brooke, my wife's pregnant right now, so
Oh,
we were.
congratulations!
Thank you. We were at the beach, and like the cravings thing. She just was like crab legs, needed crab legs. So we had to like plan a whole dinner night around her being able to get like a big. I mean, those fucking crab. It's like just a massive amount. You're like, holy shit!
With the crunchy
Yeah, you
things.
get the crab. I mean, the whole 9 yards. But so yeah, we did that, and it's always just funny to me because like I don't know, it's just weird. That's such a weird food to
Yeah,
me.
no, I
I'm not
get it.
discrediting anyone that says they're good. I bet you they are.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about seafood restaurants. For a guy like myself, you can find some of the best non-seafood at a seafood restaurant.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I like this take.
there's seafood restaurants that just have bomb ass. There's a couple where we go at the beach just have like amazing fillets, like steaks,
Dude.
prime ribs. The one we ate at this year was a really nice seafood restaurant. And I got probably one of the best burgers I've ever had in my life.
Dude, it's so
Wow.
funny that you say that because we went to a place in Avon for the first time when we went however many weeks ago called the Froggy Dog,
Yeah.
and I got surf and turf. So I think I got shrimp, broccoli, and like a fillet. And dude, while we were eating, I was like, dude, this fillet,
Yeah, incredible,
like
right?
the seafood's
Yeah.
good, but this fillet is like
incredible.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we eat at this place every year called Drunken Jack's. It's in Merle's Inlet, and it's like right on the inlet. It's really cool. Some of the best fillets like you could
Yeah.
have.
That's interesting. Kind of
Wow.
reminds me real quick, and then it kind of reminds me of literally my grandpa. My grandpa will go to a steak place and order seafood and say the seafood sucks. And then he'll go to a opposite and say it sucks. And every time me and my dad have to be like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
No shit, it
Right.
sucks. We're literally
It's not the restaurant we're at.
we're at a steakhouse and you're getting the poo fish platter
Yeah.
that doesn't no shit it doesn't taste good. We're at a
Yeah.
steakhouse.
Right. So that's funny.
Shout out big Jer on that one.
That's funny.
I remember there was when I lived down in North Carolina, there was a place. It was out on 301. It was called the Beef Master. It really,
Solid name.
I mean, but it really was like it couldn't have been any more. It was probably about the size of your basement here, if not
Okay.
smaller. And
So like 22,000 feet.
yeah,
Just
I
a
mean, really
massive
small.
basement.
Yeah, and it was just like in the middle of a big field. It seemed like, but you could not have any kind of reservations. You had to drive up, go in, put your number in,
I love
and
this.
then everyone just sat out in the car until they called your name. There was no menu.
Oh man.
It was just you walk. So everyone really we just sat out.
No menu?
No menu.
So what do you mean? Like it's almost just chef's choice what you get?
No, you sit out in the car, in the truck, whatever. You just drank because that's what they didn't have any beverages inside. It wasn't like a bar or anything. So you just brought your own stuff and you just sat out in the car and drank.
This place
And when you
is
went
lit.
in, they would say, "What kind of dressing do you want in your salad?" And then you got a baked potato, and then it was like a half of a. It wasn't a fried onion. It was like a baked onion,
Okay.
but it didn't have any batter on it, and that was on your plate. And then when you sat down, the guy would come up, the chef would come up, or whoever was doing it, and he would just have a tray of meat. It was like a big slab of beef. Well, how thick do you want your steak? You want this thick, this thick, this thick, and then he would cut it. That's yours. How do you want it cooked? And that's what they did. And then when it came out, it was just everyone had steak, everyone had a baked potato, everyone had a salad, everyone had one of those onion things, and that's what you had there. And it was just so good because you just go to Beef Master and had steak. It's
That
just what it was.
sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like dude, it's
Yeah,
like
no frills.
It's
at
like
all.
No Country for Old Men.
Mhm.
That scene where they go to the barbecue place
Yeah.
and like they sit down and she's just like, "What do you want to drink?" And he says something. And she's gonna be like, "All right, sweet tea." And she's like, "How do you want whatever?" And he says the opposite. And she's like, "I've been working here for 25 years and nobody's ever ordered that." Like it's like she basically tells him what to eat. I kind of like that. It's like, hey, I know I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But I don't want to sit here and look at a menu. You just tell me
No.
what I'm eating and I'll
I
eat.
just want to go get steak. Let's all get
Yeah.
a steak. Yeah.
Dang.
Absolutely.
So yeah, speaking of menus,
Speaking of
kind of not a big. I like it, but I don't like it. This QR code menu thing, kind of getting a little overboard. Because, dude, I'm gonna do something that I don't do often on this show. I'm gonna defend the old. How are old people supposed to go out to eat?
I agree.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like how the hell are old people supposed to go out to eat if everywhere you go now? For me, I'm tech savvy, but like, I don't know.
I know why you're riled up. You're riled up right now.
It's just actually,
is it because is it have to do with your dad not being able to see menus?
no. Well, that, but also,
I visited your dad the other day at Famous, and he's just couldn't. I feel bad because my parents are the same way. He couldn't like read the shit. He's like, "What? Make sure this." He's like, "What's this say?" And I read it to him.
That's what triggered that.
Yeah.
Because like we were talking about it a couple days ago.
Yeah.
That's why when I heard menus, because we go like vacation, we go to the airport, and if my dad was by himself, he quite simply could not
order.
He couldn't do anything.
No, I have to read my dad the menu and like the check.
Yeah,
Is it because he's not tech savvy or because he's having a hard time?
His vision's going bad,
and it's more text. It's more
yeah,
tech
but that too. That's a big deal. About it.
So I don't know.
I'm fully with you here on the QR code thing. I just think they're lame, honestly.
Right.
Like whenever I go to a restaurant and it's a QR code menu, I just let Brooke do it.
Yeah.
And then she'll figure out the menu, and then I'll be like, let me see that next.
Yeah.
I won't do it on my own phone.
Right.
I'm just like.
And also what triggered it and what got me real animated is my edible just hit.
There you go.
Like right this second. So we're in full steam ahead
dude,
now,
did
boys.
you happen to see Action Bronson on? He did a Tiny Desk.
No.
I think it came out on Monday.
Oh, I'll have to watch
It's
it
so
later.
good. It's one of the best Tiny Desks I've ever seen, but it's hilarious because I think he does like 5 or 6 songs, and I think it's the second to the last song. He starts it off, and he gets maybe like 30 seconds into it, and he forgets the lyric, and he says, "Stop!" He's like, "Stop, stop!" He makes his whole band stop, and says, "We're restarting that." So they restart the song from the beginning, and he's like, "I'm sorry, my edible just hit." Like at that very moment, it's hilarious.
That's funny. So probably because he's old, explain what a tiny desk is. I could tell you.
Yeah,
know
no,
what it
Tiny
is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's this YouTube channel. I believe it's NPR's. NPR is a company. It's their channel, but it's
National
called
Public Radio. Like,
yeah.
I know what an NPR is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they do a series called Tiny Desk, and they
Okay.
just bring different musical artists on, and they sit down literally at this. It's like in this little nook. It's like bookshelves behind them. Seriously,
cool.
seriously.
Really?
There's sometimes these people will show up with like 6 to 7 band members, and they don't care. That's like part of the show. They put them all
That's
in this
very cool.
little.
I
really
like
cool.
that.
It's like this little nook in a library, almost is what it looks like. But it's almost like it's like essentially I would compare it to like MTV Unplugged. You remember that
Yes.
from the 90s?
Yes, I do.
So it's like these artists come and it's like a stripped down. They'll perform like 5-6 songs. It's like a stripped down version, like acoustic a lot of the times, or like
one of the most famous ones is Mac Miller's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like his is just. I mean, dude, honestly, that set right there might just be my favorite time I hear him sing like any songs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's honestly
That
the
makes
Tiny
sense.
Desk is like haunting in a way.
Yeah.
His Tiny Desk.
Yeah, write it down. Jot it down. It's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
It's,
check that out.
It's good.
When he performs that final song, it's like real.
It's bone chilling.
It is. That's a good phrase for it. It's bone chilling. It is.
Also, too, I just forgot. Happy birthday to Bubba. His birthday was like a week ago, but we didn't get to record. And then now he's on vacation, and I just glanced down. I wanted to lead with that, and I
Yeah.
completely forgot.
I fucking forgot to tell him, and I was literally just thinking that like 2 days ago. I was like, I don't think I wish Bubba a happy birthday, and now I feel like a fucking dickhead.
All right, here we go. Do you get offended if somebody
like
close
this.
to you doesn't text you happy birthday?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Good answer.
Good
No.
answer.
No.
I used to.
I feel like we all
We
I
all
too.
did.
Yeah.
Now, even though so like it doesn't bother me personally if somebody doesn't text me happy birthday. I'm like, whatever, we're old. But when I forget to text somebody happy birthday, I feel like an asshole.
See, normally I've kind of gone to where I'll just wait to tell you in person, even if it's like days.
Me too. I say this to my
I think it means more.
I say this to my family members even. Like, I'm an in-person happy birthday sayer.
For close family and friends,
Right.
hell yeah.
It means so much more than a text message.
Yeah.
Texting needs to die.
Yeah, dude, imagine.
Well, it's the same thing. Like even on y'all don't have Facebook.
No.
No,
I mean, like
don't.
it's the same thing. It's like you go on there and Facebook reminds you that people have birthdays,
Yep.
and you go through this litany of and it's like, and you feel compelled to like everyone, and that's nice.
I hate it.
But it's like, I don't know.
And half these people that are wishing you happy birthday, it's like you haven't spoken a word to them.
Yeah.
In years.
Well, but that doesn't bother me as much.
No, it's
as
still
like,
a nice gesture.
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's
Yeah.
just the whole the social media is a weird place.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yes.
it's like created these like social cues or norms,
Mhm.
whatever you want to call it, that people just feel compelled to do. Like, you
Right.
have to do it. Like,
Right.
you're scrolling Facebook
This
and you
hits.
see that it's somebody's birthday. You feel compelled to just write happy birthday.
This
to.
hits. I was talking to my
Right.
mom earlier, and I was like, because I was sitting here waiting for Big Brother and the challenge to come on last night, and I was feeling groovy, sitting on the couch. It was beautiful outside, and I just realized that I never evolved to the sense of like, I realize now, hand up, that I'm bad on the phone when it comes to texting, keeping in touch.
Same.
You are.
I am.
You are.
I'm awful at it, but I also have just come to terms with the fact that like I'm just old school in that sense, where I'm more like when I see you back like we never left type deal versus me constantly having to keep in touch with you when we're not together.
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
Right.
I don't think I'll ever
There's
get to a
nothing
place.
wrong with that, because think of how
That's how it used to be.
you're going to
used to
tell
be,
like
right.
people had I got news for everybody. People in like the 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s had best friends. Do you think they talked all day every day?
Dude,
And they still considered each other best friends?
Dude, you didn't talk to your parents every day.
No.
Because I brought that up with my mom. She's like, you would call them on the phone throughout the week and you would go see them every Sunday.
Right.
She's like, that's what Sundays were for.
Right.
It was for visiting your parents.
Right. When I lived in North Carolina, it was like I did not call home or anything until Saturday morning. It was like 8 or 9 o'clock. And that's when I called, and that was my time to do that.
Right.
That way, it gave everyone the whole time to do it.
Yep.
But now you're right. Like when you think about all the birthday and the issues, like that, when you see that on social media, can you imagine if back in the day before we had social media, if over 100 people called to wish you a happy birthday, you'd be on the phone all day.
I changed my phone.
It'd be a nightmare.
Right, and
It'd be
it's
a fucking
it's
nightmare.
nice to have that.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm with you, Czar. I'm like, how much is too much? And I'm like, I don't.
There's definitely like a fine line to it.
I think it's
Right.
weird that we're at a place where if I don't talk to you for 3 weeks and we text, there's people that in their heads that are like, oh my God, that person must be mad at me because we haven't talked in that long.
That's an absolute real thing.
Oh no, it is.
Yeah.
And it's also weird too, where your brain goes that way if you text somebody and they don't answer. And I do it. I'm like, dude, why is this person mad at me? What did I do?
Think back. Let me paint a picture for you. Think back. This is so awful. Think back to like the year 2010, 2011. We were very...
Y'all do this all the time on this
It's the best.
I'm gonna lose my
It's the
mind.
best.
I'm painting a picture here.
It's all right.
This is
I'm okay with
this
it.
is
I'm just like-
this is relevant to the conversation
It's got his brush.
because it's relevant to the conversation
2010
because
is like yesterday to me. But go
because
ahead.
this is going to be an example of what he's
Okay.
talking about. Fuck, mother, that was 13 years ago.
Well, I mean,
God,
shit.
dude.
I mean, come on.
That's crazy.
But anyways,
All
let
right.
me paint this picture. It's like 2011. You text your significant other at the time, or like whatever, the girl you were chasing at the time.
My heart's racing.
Hey, she doesn't respond for like a half hour. You're sweating.
sweating. Dude, my heart's racing.
An hour goes by, and then eventually, especially like if it was your girlfriend and not just like somebody you were trying to like.
Yeah.
An hour goes by, then you text and you just be like, okay.
Yeah. Do you even like me?
Then it would start this like whatever. For me at least, it always started a fucking thing that she'd text back, be like, I'm at work, like question mark, and I'd be like, well, I mean, like you could still respond, and then boom, you're in a fucking fight.
Oh, dude, my brain an hour and a half tops. I'm like, who you fucking?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What's
Whose
going
house?
on? Whose house are you?
Where are you right now?
Why are
and
you?
And that leads to the other crazy thing we used to talk about. Like we went through college without Snap Map.
Oh yeah,
locations
and all of that stuff. Dude,
we just missed it. Probably like
thank
what
God.
Snap. That's what I'm
What's
saying.
Snap Mat?
Like you can like if you have Snapchat.
Oh, the mapping.
Yeah, and you can see all the people's locations
Gotcha.
and stuff. And like that probably started maybe 2 years after we were out of college.
Yeah, I want to say that was probably 16, 17.
Yeah,
maybe
so
18,
like
somewhere around there.
Really close.
Sorry, Jake, talking the mic.
That would have been that would have made college just honestly, I think it would have made it 10 times worse. The amount of more like feuds and like heartbreak that would have caused people.
We're just not supposed to know where everybody's at all times.
No.
You know?
You're not.
But it was a couple episodes ago. One of you were on the episode. I think it was you, but it might have been you, where we were talking about when is going to be the first like big time prominent person to go after the internet and social media.
Yeah,
was
I
that
think
you?
That was me, yeah.
Dude, for the first time this week, I saw a commercial attacking social media.
Really?
And it blew me away.
I like that.
Because we were just talking about it, and I've only seen it once, and it was basically saying it's some foundation that's starting to try to help educate people on the actual brain ramification type things that those apps and phones do. And dude, I literally sat there and I just started clapping when it was over.
I
was
that.
by myself. I was just like,
I love that. There should be awareness.
like, let's go.
When you get to this point in society and like there's clear evidence of like social media causing like mental degradation to people, like there should start to be organizations and foundations that like educate. You have that for a plethora of other things. I'm using a lot of big words tonight.
I like it, dude. We're just fucking vibing.
I'm very
down here,
educated man.
You look like it, dude.
They were saying, I think I saw, I don't remember what the exact number is, but there was like a 70% rise in the number of suicides in the United States over the past year.
Oh, that's
and like,
terrifying.
and I know it's all linked all to that. I know it's all linked to social media and
Absolutely.
That's terrifying.
I will die on that hill. It's something I've been preaching for a while. And we talk about all the time on here. Like I am social media-less.
Dude,
to a point. I still have. What I never disclose on here is that I still have Reddit, which I am slowly trying to unaddict myself to because it's the worst one. I was able to give up everything else, but like Reddit's tough because like, especially now with what dumbass fucking Elon Musk did and like changed how Twitter is. Like I can't view people's Twitters anymore without having a Twitter.
Dude,
you used to be able to, so like I could get my
I've been
WView
gone for 6 weeks.
My WView sports news, my Penguins news, and then I could still access Twitter without having a Twitter. Because, like, that's fine. I'm just looking at news.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
Nudes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now Reddit's my only outlet for that.
Yeah. Well,
and I don't like it.
It's not even Twitter anymore. It's X.
Yeah,
Yeah.
X, sorry.
I mean, it actually was literally confirmed today that Elon and Mark Zuckerberg are fighting in the Roman Coliseum.
Cool.
So I guess.
Are you going to watch it?
I mean, I'm going to watch it. Absolutely, I'm going to watch it.
I'm sorry. I got Zuckerberg winning that one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg should win. Dude, he competes in like jiu-jitsu stuff now.
Does he?
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, there's a video of him getting choked out, and he just is like, I wasn't choked out. And there's just a video of him choked out. He's like, I wasn't choked out.
Are they doing this? I know they're doing it because of the beef between the two of them. But are they making any kind of money from this? Is it going to charity?
They're going to make.
Well, no, I'm saying like if it's for charity, then okay, I'm all for
that. I don't.
Absolutely.
They're both, to my knowledge, they're both fighting for a charity, and the winner it's split up by pay-per-view share. So like however many pay-per-views they can sell X gets donated to this charity,
Well, that's good.
and X
Okay.
gets donated to that charity. Yeah, I don't know. All this shit is kind of weird. But truthfully, I know we're against social media, but Dave Portnoy actually did make a great point that I didn't think about when I left Twitter and went to Threads, which I barely use, is that if Zuckerberg really found a way for Threads to take over Twitter, which I don't think would ever happen, but say it did, say because Facebook's got to be the biggest, say they got everybody on Threads and Threads is there. That's a scary United States that we live in, because that means one man controls all
Like
of these
all of
social media news. All of it. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Threads. So like I know people hate Elon and all that stuff, but it would be wild if Zuck was just like, yeah, I literally can tell everybody what to do.
It's kind
of scary. Well, let's talk about something cool. I watched a shark attack video on the Two Bears One Cave. Tom Segura and Theo was filling in for Bert. That was the scariest video I've ever watched in my entire life.
like attacking a man.
Yes.
Yeah. Did he survive?
No. And his dad is filming it. I watched the video. His dad's filming it, and his girlfriend is right next to the dad. And they were doing some kind of scuba diving type activity. And he's just swimming, say, this here's a dock, and kind of where your keys are is kind of like the waterland. He literally was just jumping in to swim across there, and there's people everywhere. And this tiger shark attacked him and was like flipping him upside down. There's one point where his legs were straight up in the air. And then there's one point where before he gets drugged down, where he just pops up and like you can just see him be like, oh fuck, this is one of those moments where you never really prepare yourself for, but I'm in it right now. I'm getting goosebumps because seeing this guy, like, he wasn't fighting it anymore because he knew he was losing, and in his face, like, was just a feeling of like, this is the biggest fear of getting eaten by an apex predator happening to me right now.
This was like on cable. This was on cable television.
Well, it was a podcast. Where they got the video off of like Twitter.
Oh,
or
I
something,
see. Okay,
or a
okay.
news outlet.
What did this happen recently?
I believe. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where. I want to say New Zealand or Australia, but I don't think that's right.
Mm.
But dude, guys, like it humbled me. It truly humbles you. And it also reassures why I do not get in the ocean and will not get in the ocean.
At all.
I only walk in the ocean now knee high to pee. And then I duck down, wipe. I don't go out anymore. There is nothing you can do in that scenario.
No, there's not.
There's literally nothing you can do. And his body was just like, I'm fucked. And then it disappeared. And everyone's screaming, crying.
Oh, he disappeared.
Oh, dude, the shark took him down and ate him.
Oh, it ate him?
Man.
Yeah. Oh, killed. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, you said it killed him, but I thought maybe
it ate him.
There's no body.
At the end of the video, there's no body, and everything's underwater.
Brutal. That's awful. I really feel bad for his fucking family.
Me too, dude. I literally, just reassures my biggest fears in life.
Yeah. I am an ocean guy. I swim in the ocean. I don't know.
Nope.
That never crosses my mind.
Didn't cross his either.
No, it didn't. But he's in New Zealand.
Yeah, true. That is true.
So I don't. Yeah, that's just awful. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Can we? You really took this
I did.
whole show in a different direction because I don't even know what to say about
What do you?
this.
I see you got something over there.
Yeah.
You have a list of topics.
Yeah, what do you got? Loves,
What do you
backs,
got something
not
on?
backs?
You want to talk news? Or you want to talk health issues?
I think what do I see at the top there?
I got the Montgomery, the fight.
The Brawl.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Have you already
God.
talked about that?
No.
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 It was on my mental list.
Yeah, this brawl down in Montgomery, Alabama. I think we all know about it, right?
Yeah.
I started finding out about it like probably halfway through the week, and I kept seeing all these odd videos online about that were some of them were satires of them. And like all
those
these
were hysterical.
and I was like, what the hell's going on
Did
here?
you see any of those?
No,
People were making remakes of them
Really?
jokingly,
Yes,
and they are awesome.
I'm gonna have to watch
they
one
are.
of
And
those.
it was just, it was so surreal to see something like that and say this is shit that goes on in the United States.
Oh, yeah,
and it's
I
just
know.
like amazing. And you remember the last time we were on here, we were talking about don't do that in a small town. And I'm like, we don't live in a country where you can like continue to say things like this and expect and just like say nothing means anything anymore, because it does. And I just could not. I was just shocked by the whole thing, but I was like cheering at the end of that when and all the black people got off of.
Oh, it was
the
awesome.
I was just like, it was just wonderful.
It was
the
awesome.
video
It
is
was-
pretty intense. It's good.
It
It's good
is.
stuff. It's good content.
All right,
I
so
mean,
I think this might be the first video I've ever seen of a whites versus black fist fight.
right. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I mean. The whole thing, whether people are saying whether it was racially motivated or not, and all the race stuff, you can't deny is that the video is black versus white.
Oh, 1,000%.
You can't deny it. So like that's just obvious.
Just like Family Feud, always black versus white.
Okay. I literally just said this to Brooke. I was like, how come every time we watch Family Feud now, it's a white family versus a black family?
Always.
It's every
is.
time.
Every time.
I was like, they're doing that on purpose.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. I when I first saw it, I don't disagree with you. I think we're all triggered by certain things we saw, but it's not a bad thing to start noticing those things
No.
a little
No,
bit more.
no,
But I don't like it when it's put in our face. But this one was like, it I don't know if it was it was definitely a racial thing to me, particularly
absolutely.
when the co-captain, the older black man came over, told him they had to move. But I don't know if it is much racial as it was like this sense of entitlement that the people who
big
had the
time.
pontoon boat had, because from the different videos that I've watched and people who were on account were saying they were just sitting up in like the restaurant or bar area, said, we're not going to move that. We're not going to move that. And they knew damn well what was going on.
Yeah.
And they refused to do it until he started to move it himself. And that's when all of this started.
Right.
And it was just like, here was the question, because we've all seen it.
For sure.
This is what I want to know, and this is what I came down here. I wanted to ask you about. Let's say that you are in Montgomery, Alabama. Okay, when this is happening, you're up in the bar, you're on the dock, you see this going down. Like whenever it starts, you say, "Man, something's going down." You've been in those situations where you're like, "Oh man, something's going to go down. This is going to be crazy." Do you get involved at any point in time? And the question would be, why wouldn't you get involved in something like that? And if so, what would it take? If you're not going to be involved, what would it take for you to get involved? You know what I mean?
I would not be involved unless it directly involved me. I definitely wouldn't be a bystander and get involved in that because, first of all, regardless of the race, those people are just like, if it was me, if I was in those shoes and somebody was telling me my boat was in a spot that it couldn't be in because a big fucking whatever needed to park there, I'd just move. That's
100%.
what I wouldn't be petty about something like that. So
would you help? I mean, okay, so let's
help
say
who? So you want me to say what I've
like-
helped either side?
Yeah,
you
I
want me?
don't-
Are you asking if I would have helped the white people? 'Cause
No,
I
no,
definitely
no,
would not
no,
have
no.
helped the
I
white
think-
people.
No,
Those people are idiots.
Fuck, man. I'm not saying. Why would I say that? No. What I'm saying though is like clearly, like it was a black-white issue that was going on.
Right.
I cannot believe that there weren't more white people like helping the situation in terms of like, let's de-escalate this. Let's help. Like, the man who got attacked and was getting beaten up. Would you have done anything to help him at that point?
Okay, so
Is that, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
would have, if I
it's-
would have been in direct proximity,
Would you-
I would have. I definitely, like when they started swinging on the captain, I
Yeah.
definitely would have tried to break the fight
I
up.
agree.
Okay, all right.
I
fair
agree
enough.
with that. That was so to answer that part, it's all about a proximity thing to me. If I'm down there on the dock and I'm like right next to all this, and there's a chance that you can stop like a massive thing like that,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Am I going to try to? Now, if the fight then still happened, I'm getting out of there.
Yeah,
because I don't have anything to do with any of these people. Now by fight, I'm talking about when both sides were coming together. I would have tried
right.
to de-escalate it any way I could when the first guy was there and the other couple guys were there. I probably would have been like, hey, like, come on, let's just chill out.
Okay, may I ask?
Yeah.
Okay. So when the not the steamboat, what the paddle wheel boat.
Yeah.
It took it was out there for half an hour, but when it finally gets over there, are you at all curious as to what the hell's going to go down? Like when they start getting off?
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
And
I
so
would
when
have
it
definitely
starts-
stayed around
So
to
when it
watch.
starts happening, that's what I'm asking. So would you have stayed around and watched it, or would you have run?
No.
Like would you have stayed
If I
around
was
and
up
watched
in that
it?
restaurant, I would have been enjoying my time. I love watching fights.
Okay.
I mean, I guess like if I could have seen it from a distance, I probably would have watched it. But I'm not an aggressive fighter person.
No,
Like,
no.
Like hand up. I would never get in a situation like that unless I had to.
Right.
Unless it was a primal situation. But I also think the biggest problem with the entire thing, I feel like, is when they started jumping that guy. It's not the first argument where they're going back and forth. Yes, the shove was stupid.
Right.
The shove was dumb. Two guys talking in the beginning, okay. But when everybody else started jump, that's when the problem starts for
Right.
me. I don't have a problem with the initial conversation back and forth. Yeah, the shove was petty. That was bullshit. But if it just was those two guys and they could have figured it out, okay. It's then when everybody started rushing because you damn know
Right.
that fight is not going to stop anytime soon.
No.
Even
Right.
when you think it's done, if you're hanging around, that fight is not going to stop.
No.
And I feel like those group of individuals, they actually deserved what they got, truthfully.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and like, I don't know, man. That's what's that classic Taylor Swift phrase? Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, right?
That's it.
That's
I believe
T
that's
Swift,
it.
right?
I think that is T Swift.
yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard that song.
yeah,
Did she say that? Is
Yeah.
that a song?
yeah.
It's true. It's just like,
Miss Americana.
but you
think
watch
that's the
something
song.
like that. It's like you
Oop.
watch that, and it's like it's like the shark thing that you were talking about. Like
Yes.
you shouldn't be watching that,
No.
and yet like,
No,
but
I wouldn't,
you're
shouldn't.
fixated on it. But
Yeah,
it's the same
but-
thing here. Like this is going on, and you know what's going on, but it's like, damn, is there something I could do? Like, isn't like it's like a I'm gonna get a little bit deep here.
I love
if
it.
you don't mind. It's like a metaphor for like what the world has come to. Like we're more concerned because you were talking about social media before. A lot of people are more concerned about getting a video of it and talking about it and posting it on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever it is, than actually like de-escalating it. And it, that's like, what's our primary concern? Are we more concerned about getting a video of something, or are we more concerned about like, let's not let something like this happen? You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, that's the thing that bothers me a little bit.
I get where you're coming from for sure on like the whole like there's a deeper meaning behind the situation, but also like I think a lot of people nowadays know how crazy the world is, and they're like, that's not my problem. I have nothing to do with that. If I step in, I could end up collateral damage in any kind of way. Here's the one thing I was going to say about the video is like, as an American, kind of proud that there is no guns involved.
Facts.
It was
Facts.
amazing.
That's a
there were
great
no
point.
That's
That's
a
a great
really-
point.
Yes.
And it's like, I bet you a lot of people, bystander-wise, maybe thought that there could be.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely, it just harkens back to what I said at the get-go. Like, I've always been this way as a person. Like, I'm not getting involved in a situation unless I have some kind of tie to it.
Agreed.
Like,
Same.
You know how many fights I saw break out in Fat Daddies when we were in college or wherever. You don't get involved in those.
Nope.
But as soon as I saw, even if it was somebody that I was just like friend of a friend with, if I saw them, somebody like getting in their face, then I was right there ready to get involved.
Absolutely.
That's, so I apply that to even a situation of this kind of scale.
So I agree with what both of you said. I'll just play a small devil's advocate real quick. At least, yes, I know people, and it is getting bad. I'm not disagreeing with that part. But it is kind of nice in a sense where you always actually know exactly what happened versus you can't, if there's no video, you can tell people what happened and that's the narrative. Where like, at least now that's our small little slice of here's actually what happened. Now take your opinion from it.
Right. And here I'm going to add on to that. I'm a big supporter of people having consequences for their actions.
Yes.
Without video of that going down, who knows if they would have been able to arrest the assholes that didn't move the boat and jump the guy.
Yeah.
I'm all for consequences for your actions. I hate. There's so many people that get to walk through life being shitty fucking people and never having to,
worry about anything.
any kind of consequences to their actions. And I fucking hate that. I've said that a long time.
What do you think the consequences should have been for the people on the boat that like precipitated all of this? Because if they had not left the boat there, gone up the pontoon there, gone up and drinking while that and like not moved it, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what would have been? Do you know what the consequences were? What they were arrested for?
Yeah, I read the charges. Most of them, none of them were felony charges.
No.
It was all like misdemeanor. It was like first. It was a bunch of them got 3rd-degree assault, and then like reckless. A bunch of shit like that. I can't remember the exact things, but there was a lot of 3rd-degree assaults on there.
Do you think that's enough for what they
Like I'm not saying
know.
it's a fight.
I know.
It's a fight. I mean, yes, they were assholes, and yes, they jumped a guy. Like I hate that, but like I don't think they should see jail time. I guess, but I think like fucking stuff that like really just like fucking fucks with their everyday life. Like they should have like thousands of hours of community service. They should have their fucking driver's license suspended.
Their boating license suspended.
Exactly. Like all these things that are just like hinder what you fucking do. Like stuff like where honestly, like give them enough stuff to where honestly it would drive them to be like, I'd rather just sit for a year in jail.
1000%.
I agree.
1000%.
That's why like I'm really following. I want to know like it. I don't think any justice can be done for this with like third degree assault.
Yeah.
There has to be something more to it than that.
But here's the thing.
Oh God.
No knives.
Sorry.
No knives, no guns.
Yeah.
There kind of has to be some kind of respectable point where it was the old school way of handling things.
But you want to know the shitty thing? The one guy, and he's on the other side of it. He was on like the street justice side. Like he drilled that lady with that chair.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He probably will get 1st-degree assault.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it's with a weapon.
Yeah. What was he in a WWE?
And that
match?
sucks for him because he's on the right side of the fight, but then took it a little too far, and now he might have the worst charges out of everybody. That sucks.
Yeah.
But dude, he just like I don't even know what that guy was thinking. She was on the ground. She's just on the ground. He's just like, wham.
He was ready for war, dude.
I mean,
Sometimes you got to be ready to go.
But also the guy that he was hitting with the chair, like right before that, I don't know how that guy, he was just eating punches, chair hits. How did he just never go down? He never went down. He had to be just drunk.
Oh,
just
absolutely.
drunk.
Absolutely. I don't know.
A wild scene.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
It's the same. I don't know where. I mean, clearly it was something. I just cannot believe it's only like 3rd-degree assault.
Yeah.
So what do you think it should be?
I like what you were saying. Like there definitely should be some kind of community service there. It's like to me, it's how as I'm gonna go back as I keep putting two things together. We were talking about the the small town, don't do this in a small town thing.
You want to know what, though? That's called being great podcasters. It's called always bringing it back.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's like a
and like we
circle.
were talking about, like people didn't understand like what the big deal was with the video. And like, oh gosh, it was just because a black man was hanged there 100 years prior. No, it's exactly for that reason. And the actual area where they were docking there was actually a place where black people were brought and auctioned off as slaves on the river. And so it makes it even like when you start like putting this whole thing in context, it makes it even more like overwhelming. Like it's like you understand the impact of that. And I don't know, I definitely think like there should be some type of, I don't think that people should be able to be on a pontoon boat ever again.
Yeah,
like
no,
those people were
you're not
stuck on
wrong.
that paddle boat for a half an hour. What if somebody were medically sick? Or
I agree.
like they
Yeah,
couldn't
I mean,
get-
they're
what
just
are they
fucking
gonna-
assholes.
Right. It was like all these people out there, they just have to hang out there while you're up there having drinks. And like, man, I just think that I don't know. I just think something more should be done with that. But
Yeah.
it was a good video. I'm glad
Hey,
they got everything that was coming to them.
it was
and
a
then some.
good old-fashioned ass whipping.
It was.
Yeah.
It
And
was.
you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, this could not be a hot take here for some people. Sometimes fucking people deserve it. And it's only a matter of time
Right.
before you run into the wrong motherfuckers
Mhm.
and they're going to fuck you up.
Right.
Yeah, dude. That's a great point.
So, I
It
mean,
is literally, if you're going to act that way in life, it's only a matter of time.
it's only a matter of fucking time.
I agree.
I just can't imagine that there are people in this world that would do something like that.
I agree.
Not the fighting part, but like that would leave their boat there.
Like you said, it's just a sense
It's
of
entitled.
entitlement.
I'm like,
it's
who
just
does
like,
that?
they're
I don't
just
like. I don't.
dicks.
I don't know.
It's because his dad owns a dry cleaners down the street and he owns that town.
Yeah,
You know?
literally.
I
That's
don't know.
that's the type of shit it
Yeah.
is, really.
That I just. Yeah, what a story! That was just amazing. This
So-
is
so wait,
a
what's your-
wild scene.
What's your other story you said?
No, I don't really have another story. This is a health thing. A health.
Did you
thing.
guys see? I guess I'll move us on
Yeah,
here.
go ahead.
Move this fucking
The
train along. dude.
wildfires in Hawaii.
Yep, I have
Yes.
that
Oh
written
my
down.
God.
So
Awful.
sad.
And the place that got it the worst, Lahaina. That's when I was at my honeymoon. We did 3 islands. We did Maui was the last island, and we spent the
Mhm,
most
that's
amount of
right.
time on Maui.
Mhm.
I spent every fucking day in historic Lahaina. That's where I got this tattoo.
Really?
Yeah, beautiful coast. It's right on the coast. I mean, all this cool shit through there. It's fucking all gone.
Yeah.
All of it. It's
Yeah,
it's
I
the
saw a video of people trying to get out and I had to turn it off.
It's awful.
I was like, nope, I'm not. I don't. Nope.
No.
Yeah.
people
it's
were
sad.
people were fleeing into the water, and the crazy thing is like it just came so fast. Like no one even had any warning.
Yeah.
The wind just pushed this fire. It's like the craziest thing I've ever seen, dude.
I feel like it, did happen
wiped
overnight.
it wiped out a whole town in just hours. And I mean, I truly mean like it's all gone.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's a historic town. It's the Lahaina is actually, from what I was reading, the original capital of like the Hawaiian Kingdom.
Really?
So it's like it's very historic area, like all this stuff, and it's just fucking gone.
It's wild too. I heard that Zuckerberg and Oprah own all the land that was burnt to the ground.
Really?
I didn't insinuate anything. I was just saying a statement.
Huh. But yeah, so yeah, I really feel bad for everybody that lives there. I
Me
met
too.
a lot of cool fucking people in that area. That's where I did a surfing lesson in Lahaina, got a tattoo there. Fucking
It's just actually weird. It's kind of weird to think that like it'll never be the same now.
no, that's what I mean.
That's
Imagine
just
imagine
Wheeling
if-
Island burning down.
or downtown Wheeling. Like we were talking about how all those historic buildings.
yeah.
Think of a and that's how it was there, dude. A lot of historic buildings. Think of like you can't rebuild history like that.
No.
No.
So like imagine downtown Wheeling burning down, and then when everything's built back up, it'd be all modern looking. It'd be weird. Imagine that first time you went through downtown, you'd be like, "This is just it doesn't look
Right.
right. It's a different
Yeah.
place.
That's
It's
sad.
crazy. The whole thing is just wild."
Absolutely.
Does anybody got any backs or not backs?
Yeah.
See, that's what I was asking you about.
In honor of Bubba?
Back meaning
It's
I get
Like the
confused.
All what you
the
make it.
Pirates are on a 10-game win streak. They're back, baby.
okay. And okay.
The
like,
Pirates are on a 15-game losing streak. They are not back.
yeah,
Okay, all right.
like
Okay.
Sammy Sweetheart. She
Back
is
and-
back in
Back.
the Jersey
She's
Shore
back.
house.
Or
Mm.
Barstool is back.
Back.
Yeah,
And Dave bought him for $1.
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Got
Dude,
crazy.
I'm
Okay, I got you.
I'm excited that like OG Barstool will be back.
I wanted to talk about it.
I have it written down, but I didn't want to. Yeah,
No, I wanted
this is
to.
perfect.
I wanted to talk about it. So I'm not as big of a Barstool guy as you or even your brother or
Yeah.
whoever. Like, really, there's a teeny tiny bit of Barstool content that I consume. I love Portnoy and like his demeanor. And it's
Yeah.
funny because like 5 years ago I didn't like him, but I really like Dave, and I am just a sucker for the pizza reviews. I love the pizza reviews and like Spit and Chicklets, like hockey content and stuff. So yeah, I mean this is cool, and like I've watched a bunch of interviews with that Dave's already done
Yeah,
and stuff, and like it's
just
wild, the whole deal. I'm just like, he made off like a fucking
a bandit.
I mean, he's like a. How can you not say that's like the best business deal that's ever been done?
Dude, it has
He sold his company to give you some context.
Mhm.
He sold his company this was 3 years ago for $550 million.
$1 million to Penn National Gaming
He just bought the company back 2 days ago for $1.
because Penn wanted to get out of the contract.
Really?
Penn wanted to get out of the contract because Disney
was doing a deal with
is
them.
doing a $2 billion deal with them to make ESPN like a sports book thing too. So since Dave and Penn had such a great relationship, they sold it back to him for $1. But if he ever sells it,
Yeah,
Penn gets 50% of the sale.
of what he sells it for. Yeah,
Wow.
but
But
he said he's not going to sell.
No, and they will just, it'll be old school.
Yeah.
It's not going to be politically correct. They're going to be able to, like Dave was already asking, like, am I allowed to call people fat again? Like he's getting fired up. He's ready to go back to his old ways. And that is exciting to me.
Yeah, there's going to be no more regulation on it. Like he even said himself, he's like, obviously, I'm not sitting here talking like we're going to be a bunch of racists and shit like
Yeah.
that. You can't do that. He's like, I'm just saying, like, he was like, there was a lot of regulations when it came to like being owned by Penn, and then he's talking about like on the gaming side of it with all the sportsbook stuff that like you can get flagged and penalties and all this stuff for just like what you say.
And they I guess they missed out on a decent amount of states because people just don't like Dave.
Really, yeah,
Yeah.
that's stupid.
So dumb. So dumb. But yeah, so shout out Barstool, shout out Dave, shout out the Anus Pod, shout out everyone.
And did you see he's doing? And he's just the man. He's
Yes.
doing a fucking a pizza fest.
Yeah.
And he got like the 30 best pizza review places that he's ever done all in like one place.
How sick would that be?
Oh,
to get to?
wow.
Be cool.
Where is
I'll-
that going to be?
It's going to be Coney Island, I think. It's
Yeah,
in
I
New
know
York.
it's in New York. I think Coney Island sounds right.
I think it is.
That'd be cool.
It'd be so cool. I wish I could go to it.
Same.
I guess tickets are already. Yeah, it was a ticket-based thing. I
Uh-huh.
guess they're already almost sold out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man, could you imagine just eating all that fucking pizza all day? Whew.
I'd feel like shit, but it would
No,
be so worth
I'd
it.
feel like total dog shit.
So worth it. I was yesterday years old when I learned that Rough and Rowdy's going to be at West Banco next
Yeah,
Friday.
remember I told you that, and you were like, "I'm not sure," or I asked because I thought I had heard, and you're
Yeah.
like, "I haven't heard anything about it."
Yeah, I saw a commercial. I was like, what? So,
yet. Yeah.
Do you think you could go there and meet him?
I mean,
Yeah.
it would be hard.
He was supposed to be here for the last one, and his flight got canceled or something.
Yeah, it's just like, it's one of those weird things where it's cool to be in a room with somebody that you admire through a screen. And that's so sad to say.
So let me ask
It's
you,
just cool.
just out of curiosity, let's say you go to this next Friday
Yeah.
and he shows up.
Yeah.
Do you like plot a way to navigate yourself towards where he is so that you could say, "Hey, Dave," and say anything?
No,
Because
because I just don't do that. I don't know. To me, that is a weird thing to do.
Like stalkerish.
Yes.
Uh,
Now, hold on. We got to paint a picture here.
All
Now, if he walked by my seat
Okay.
and I was sitting down and he came in front of me, like, yes.
dude, we might there could be a decent shot at meeting him depending on who's coming.
Right.
Oh, definitely, but
Yeah.
but I'm looking at myself from a regular
Yeah,
spectator.
okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like if he walked by me, obviously I'm going to say something. But perfect example, we just sat by Bob Huggins and all of our
Yeah.
dream basketball players
Yeah.
a section over, and I just didn't get up and say anything.
No, I just stared at him the whole time.
Yeah, just stared at him, admire him from afar.
I literally spent like 75% of that game just looking down to my left.
I just couldn't believe it.
I
Deuce
couldn't
was
either.
there. It was cool.
So don't be creepy going up to see him, but be creepy from a distance.
Facts.
I
Okay,
should have
fair
shook
enough.
his fucking hand.
That's right.
I should've.
But yeah, that to answer your question, no, I don't have enough balls to do that.
Yeah.
I don't. That's just. But
No.
yeah, so dude, maybe if we're bored, we
Is
can
that
go.
is that next Friday?
Yeah,
Yeah. Let me. We should go.
I mean, I would genuinely love to go. I had so much fun last time. You couldn't go last time because you guys went on your honeymoon.
It was literally the night we left for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
Yep. It was
There-
that night.
There's some like cool one road sections where like the tickets are a little more expensive, but it's more like exclusive that I would.
Box question mark?
Dude, I mean, I would do it. I don't know. Could we,
We get
find
enough
enough people?
people?
That's the thing. Yeah. So
Te-
so last time.
Text all the
Oh,
Gregs.
box.
Yeah. So last time, like now in West Banco, they set the corners up. They have like the suites
Right.
in there now.
Mm-hmm.
So we got one for the last Rough and Rowdy, and it was just like a very cool because like
Mhm.
you're there watching, but you have like your own little section of
Mm-hmm.
bathroom right there, TVs.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's legit.
Oh,
But you need a lot of people to be able to like not break the bank on it.
Right. Yeah. You
But
gotta
dude-
make it affordable.
But I would try. I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. And
I
then
wonder
hopefully
when
get
they're
there.
all coming into town, like the Barstool guys.
Dude, I almost thought about texting Nick, but he's in Chicago now though, so I don't know if he'll come.
Is he living there?
Yeah, he moved
Did
with
they move to that office?
Big Cat, yeah.
Did Kyle go with him too?
Yeah.
Cool.
But trying to think. Back, Big Brother. Big Brother's back. I know a lot of people don't like the show Big Brother, but I do. It's one of my all-time favorite shows. We got a great season. Survivor Legend for the first time is playing in the Big Brother house.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's fun. Also, Johnny Manziel back. His Untold Netflix documentary was incredible. I can't believe until 2 nights ago, I thought he actually came from oil money and was rich, but they made that whole lie up in college to cover for how much money he was making signing autographs, which is crazy. Everybody in the world thought that Johnny Manziel came from an oil rich family. He didn't.
Nope.
He didn't look at his iPad at all when he played for the Browns. No film or anything. Like, I don't know. It was kind of crazy. Jake Paul's back, another dub. Haters, whatever.
how about Logan Paul?
Logan Paul. Yeah, he's a WWE guy.
I know. Did you see the SummerSlam match between him and Ricochet?
I didn't, but I'm sure it was
It was
probably
fire.
Yeah, I'm sure it
Fire.
was.
Fire.
He's a performer.
Dave Meltzer gave him like 4.25 stars for that. One of the highest matches of the evening. It was incredible.
Yeah, he's a performer.
Yeah, I don't like him, but I've seen some of his WWE clips, and it's amazing, like
It's-
how
yes,
good he is
absolutely
at being
amazing.
a WWE
Yes.
wrestler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty wild.
And
It's what he should have been just doing.
He's really good.
all
at it.
along.
Like that's people don't understand. He's really, really good at it for
Yeah.
never having done anything like that.
Not back is getting caught in the flat Earth algorithm.
I don't know.
I've been stuck in the flat Earth algorithm, and I'm going to tell you something. They make some compelling points.
Yeah, but then
Now,
let's
do I
not.
believe in flat Earth? No.
Thank you.
But do I understand why people do? Yes.
Fair.
Shout out the ice wall. That's all I got to say. What about you guys?
You got to come up with this on the fly, don't you?
I do. Well, he didn't. I texted him. He didn't explain it.
Well, it's because your text wasn't in English. If you read it back, it makes zero sense.
I normally don't partake in the back and not back. Usually just let Bubba do his thing. I back.
I'm
I'm back.
A while to warm up. With
I'm
it.
back.
Okay.
We're an
Okay.
hour and 10 minutes in. How much longer do you need to warm up?
Jake, just on this topic.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, not back. Sam's Club, back to hating Walmart and Sam's Club again.
Whoa.
I know.
Why?
Like, they're just anti-old people anymore. Took my mother over this week, 94. She loves, I just want to go walk around Sam's Club. You know how there are two entrances to Sam's. There's the in and there's the out.
Yep.
Yes.
And at Walmart, there's an indoor and an outdoor, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think you can go at Walmart. You can go through
either one of them. Sam's, because she's handicapped. I have a handicap sticker. We have to park close to the door, so we don't have to walk across the whole frickin' parking lot.
Luxury.
Well, okay, but
I mean, you never got to look for a spot.
That's true. Well, you do, but anyhow, the handicap spots are right there by the indoor.
Okay.
And we've always, in the 10 years that I've been there, always been able to go out the nearest door to get to the handicap spots. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it was it was Wednesday. We're walking over towards the indoor. Once we purchased all of our stuff on our own, by the way, I ran through because the certain checkout lines where somebody helps you with these gigantic motherfucking carts.
Whoa.
I mean, seriously, they have 2 lanes open. The rest, you'll have to do it yourself. And so I'm already paying a fee to shop there. And now I'm doing work there, which is different than Kroger or regular Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyhow, then I'm walking her, and keep in mind, she uses a walker. But when we go in, sometimes the store, she just uses the cart as a walker. So we leave the walker in the car. Because I don't want to haul, but anyhow. So we're walking over, and this woman comes up to us. She says, "Sir, I'm so sorry. Were you going to go out this way?" I said, "Yeah, that's where we're parked. That's where the handicap spot is." Management says we are not allowed to let people out through the indoor anymore. And I looked at her, and I was like, "Excuse me? I know you're going to get upset with this. I'm just telling you, it's not my choice." And I said, "We can't go out through the indoor anymore." "No, we need to set the indoors just for people who are coming in to Sam's Club. The outdoors for people going out." Is the management aware that all of the handicap spots are directly in front of the indoor and none of them are in front of the outdoor? They're not even in the middle of it. They're all in front of the indoor. "Sir, I'm aware of that. Every single person in the store has said something about it. They're sticking to it. We are not allowed to let people out." And so I'm like, and my mom, she's like, "I'm just so tired." And I was like, she was really tired. I said, "Mom, well, I guess we got to haul our asses down to his store and go out the outdoor and then walk all the way across the parking lot to get to the handicap spot." So we start going up there, and she's like, the woman, I can tell. I mean, you can tell when somebody's BSing you, who's working somewhere. You can tell that they have had some serious issues about this within their their business community, and saying we don't want to do this, but we have to. We're not going to have our jobs anymore. And so we're walking. My mom says, "I just need to stop. I'm so tired."
Damn.
So she has to sit down in the snack bar, and I'm walking out, and I'm taking the cart out. I have to take the cart all the way over there, put the stuff in the ride, bring the car back over, and I just park because they have this little drive-through thing. And I can do passive aggressive as well as anyone. I'm serious. And so I just parked right in front of the drive-through thing. So nobody was going to go through the drive-through until I got my mama out of there.
That's how the Montgomery fight started.
Well, fuck it. I'm serious. But wait a minute. Am I the pontoon people or am I the people on the steamboat?
You're the pontoon guy in this.
I am not the pontoon guy.
Parked in the way. Should have moved your car. Somebody was trying to get out of the driveway. Why did you park there to begin with?
Because I don't like their rules. I'm fighting against the injustices of Sam's Club.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah. So I go in, and,
I'm all
and the woman, I swear, the woman is standing there with my mother, is like standing beside her. She says, "Sir, I'm so sorry." I said, "Is the manager actually here? Is
Oh
this
shit!
person here?"
You were about to go to the manager?
Yes. And I said, "Seriously, is the manager?" I said, "She's not. It's like a district manager. So she's like, she'll pop by and say this and do that. So she's not actually here." Well, I said, "Well, who the hell do I talk to about all of this? Because this is absolutely ridiculous." "Sir, I know it is. Your best bet is to just call corporate or write them a letter or an email." I said, "That ain't going to do shit."
No.
And
What
so,
you need to do is sneak over there at like 3 a.m., I'm thinking. Go up to those parking spots that are close to the exit, paint them.
oh, God.
That's a good idea.
Paint your own blue in there.
That's a good
Oh,
idea.
Be
that
like,
is
these
such
are
a good
these are
idea.
handicapped.
That's a good idea.
Mm.
I mean, I feel terrible for you, but I mean, Sam's Club and Walmart owns the Broncos now, so it's kind of my.
Well, fuck the Broncos.
It's kind of my.
They ain't ever going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
I mean, somebody's got to pay for Russell Wilson's salary. I mean,
I'm not a Walmart guy at all, but I do enjoy a good Sam's Club trip, to be honest.
I do
but at
too.
the same
Yeah, no,
time,
I
I
get
don't
your
have
point,
a
though.
situation like you, so I am empathetic. I think that's
really,
bullshit.
So they're out.
I think
Is
that's
that,
bullshit.
Is that like? Is that
Yeah, that
considered,
fall.
like,
I would
back
say that
out?
falls into the not back category.
Not back.
for
not
you.
Back, not back.
but back painting parking spots.
That would
Yeah.
be very cool
Yeah.
if somebody did that.
I'll do it with you.
Oh, that would be so
Just
cool.
pick me up. We'll go.
I'm gonna do. Actually, what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna go again at some point, and I'm gonna take my mother with me, and then I'm gonna cause a scene.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to say, "I'm going out the front door." So you either have to call the police and tell them that I'm going out somewhere with my 94-year-old mother. But see, I don't want to put her through that because I could give her a heart attack.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
But like that's what I mean. That's what you have to consider. When
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
it's
going
actually
on.
crazy though when another group of individuals do
Mhm.
it and we get charged for the crime because
Mhm.
we're talking about it right now.
Mhm.
Right.
Fuck it, dude. We're doing it for the handies.
It's true though. But if you look, it makes no sense.
I don't think
whatsoever.
anybody would even fucking realize.
No, I don't think so either. People are stupid.
So
People are
stupid.
too dumb to realize
And
things.
I do have a one back thing which I didn't realize.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
You watched Secret Invasion, correct?
I
you
did.
watch-
I did not.
Okay, that's
he
all right.
did.
I did.
Are you aware that Amelia Clark, Gaia in that,
Yeah.
is the Amelia Clark that was Daenerys in Game of Thrones?
I am.
Did you know that while you were watching the show?
I did.
Did you realize that she was that short?
She's very short.
I actually didn't.
It's like
I mean, I knew she was short, but she does look short in some of these scenes.
because I was like watching that Secret
They're
Invasion.
putting
I
her
was like,
next to trees, and old girl's just down there like a little weed getting ready to get plucked.
yes. I was like, why'd they get some kind of teenage girl to play this part?
Yeah.
She just like she's not even like 20 years old yet.
Yeah.
And then I was like reading, so it's like Amelia Clark from Game of Thrones. I was like, what? And I started like, oh, that's Daenerys from
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
She's
I
such a babe.
She is. It's crazy to think she's now the strongest in the MCU right now.
Well,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She's
very- it's very
she's
strange.
great.
Huh?
She's also in Solo, the Star Wars story.
she is.
Solo.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
What?
I-
Aren't you a Star Wars guy?
No,
Uh,
I have to watch the. I've got. Here's my thing with the Star Wars.
you like
I-
Indiana Jones better?
No,
Oh,
I
Good.
after
Good.
as I was watching The Mandalorian, I watched up to season 2. How many seasons are there?
there's only three.
3. I lost track of what order like the shows would be. You know
Right,
what I
like
mean?
where that fell in the
like is there
timeline.
a sequence? So like I don't know like after like the second season of The Mandalorian, should I jump to Boba Fett?
Yes.
Yes.
You're supposed to watch Boba Fett right after The Mandalorian.
Yep.
Season
Season-
2. Yes.
It's pretty cool. And make sure to watch the after credit scene at the end of season 2 of Mandalorian.
Yeah, there's an after credit scene at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian
before you watch Boba
that
Fett.
feeds right into Boba Fett. And
Okay.
then after you watch Boba Fett, watch season 3 of The Mandalorian.
When does this Andor
Andor is at a
Andor.
completely different timeline.
Oh, so I can watch that.
Yeah, and that's a great fucking show. It's so good.
I've heard it's good.
It's really
what
good.
about the Ashoka?
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka?
Is that what I said?
Ahsoka.
That show's gonna be sick.
I'm so hyped for that. That comes out later this month.
Is that
I
after
don't-
season 3?
It falls in the same. I know it's part of the same universe as The Mandalorian, so
Yes.
it's going to be around the same time. I just don't know where it fits in yet. It might be. It could end up being like, say, between like season 2 or 3.
But I can do 2 Boba Fett, 3 Andor, and then Ashoka.
Yeah,
Ahsoka.
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 I think Ahsoka is about to
Thank
be
you.
so fucking good.
Thank
I've
you.
been getting so hyped up on the trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
They're sick.
Looks tight. And there's a new movie coming out called Strays.
Strays.
Yeah, and it's just like real life dogs, and it's rated R.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, Will Ferrell.
Yeah, Will Ferrell,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx. I'm
Yeah,
gonna see it.
that looks funny.
Did you go see Barbie?
No, I'm.
Did you go see Oppenheimer?
No,
So this whole talk of like you're doing the Barbenheimer was not happening. You said you were going to
it
do
was.
that.
It was happening, and then it just didn't. You know,
And you
that's
talk-
just how life works. Sometimes.
Did Bubba do it?
No. You want to do things, and then you just don't. That's life, man.
Yep, it's truly that's the story of my life.
Yeah,
Really,
you just
last
talk
night I
ab-
told myself I'm gonna play video games tonight, and I didn't.
Mm.
I
gonna
ended
play
up,
video
I
games
ended up
tonight?
just sitting on the couch. Probably not.
Yeah.
No. Honestly, I'm gonna go to Avenue Eats after this, and then I'm going to pack up. I'm gonna keep putting shit in boxes to move.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So yeah,
That's right. I'm
That-
trying to think. Oh yeah. Everybody. I think it's the 5th year. Is it the 5th year of the Scramble?
Yeah, that's what you said earlier.
I think it's 5.
yeah, I believe it's the 5th.
I'm just gonna, yeah. So it's the Tyler Jacovetti Golf Scramble and Steak Fry is August 25th, Friday, August 25th. I think there is room for a few teams left, and basically unlimited steak fry tickets. So if that's something that you want to do, you can either DM one of us or just DM Laura Jacovetti on Facebook, Instagram. I think
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
It's always a fun time. It's probably going to be a smooth 95 degrees again.
probably knowing our luck.
But yeah, it'll be fun. So yeah, make sure if you guys want to do that to start grabbing them now, because time is flying.
Time is a
Mhm.
flying.
Time is soaring.
Soren.
I don't know, boys. I think that's it. I don't know if you got anything else you guys want to talk about.
Soren.
I think
Sorry.
that's it.
Yeah, I just want to say again, I feel like, some people don't realize how big of a moment Sammy Sweetheart coming back into the Jersey
It's
Shore
big.
is.
It's big.
Like this is like one of those moments where somebody leaves a band for years, and then, dude, it's like
Tom DeLonge.
it's like Tom DeLonge. It's like Tom DeLonge leaving Blink and coming back is like Sammy Sweetheart leaving the Jersey Shore and coming back.
Yeah,
So I'll be tuning in for the season.
that's what I said. I'll be watching.
So shout out Sammy Sweetheart. Uncle AJ, thanks for joining us as always.
Absolutely.
Yes,
my
thank you,
pleasure.
thank you.
Follow me on Instagram at Juice Fisherman. Make sure to subscribe to the Juicebox YouTube. And as always, thank you very much.
I am at ajbucon.com. I'm on X, but not for much longer. And I used to do a podcast, and hopefully I'll get it going here shortly. And hey, where's JT? JT? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
He gone.
he's gone.
And I'm social media-less the way it should be. No, I'm just kidding. Do what you want to do. But they call me Czar. That's ZAR. Don't get it twisted. Bye.